These are high caliber builds, so it takes high caliber work.
Here. Holy sh! That's impressive.
If you guys follow the Blockhead Moto channel, y'all know I've got nearly 4,000 miles of experience on the new Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide ST. I rode it across America and was able to give a brutally honest review on it based on that experience. My review, what an incredible motorcycle. Normally, a CVO isn't a bike that you're able to just go ride, or rent for that matter, but that's where Eagle Rider comes in. From now to October 31st of 2024, Eagle Rider, the world's largest motorcycle rental company, is offering an exclusive chance to experience Harley-Davidson's 2023 CVO Road Glide along the legendary Route 66. Complete with a 121 cubic inch high output Milwaukee 8 engine, premium suspension, Rockford Fosgate audio, and multiple ride modes. Harley-Davidson's 2023 CVO Road Glide guarantees an exciting and comfortable ride. Availability is limited though, so book your ride now at eaglerider.com.
All right, what up, Block fam? We are here in the garage working on this 135 once again. In the building, Bert King,
Howdy.
Bert's Black Widow, and Bert's Barracuda, and we're standing here with Sick White Blood and Justin James and Gunner,
The man.
They hit us up and they were like, hey, we got something special to deliver to you guys, and so that's where we're at right now. If you guys aren't aware, we are building this bike into a tank themed performance road glide. It's got the 135 currently on it, which one of those last episodes that you guys saw, you saw us drop that one in there. We're going to be supercharging it, going to be taking it all down, getting it custom painted, powdered. You wanted to bring by
Parts.
1 or 2 parts.
Supercharger.
Oh, you got that.
We got everything you've got to build it.
All right.
Now it's just a matter of labor and time.
The patience game. This is the part where everything slows way down.
So wait, let's check with Justin. Do we have all the parts?
Not yet.
Oh,
We got a lot of it though.
What?
Buzzkill.
You're like a hot f***ing date, man. We get out, we're having a nice meal. You say, I'm sorry.
Dang.
In good news, it shouldn't affect paint or powder. We're waiting on the intercooler thing and the front lighting and the exhaust. So we still can make tons of progress.
Cool. All right, so here we have most of the parts. There's still more to come. As you guys can see, we're going with crazy quality components here. We've got a Baker 7-speed here even. We got the Pro Charger, Supercharger. We got a box of carbon parts. Got some stuff from Clockworks, Performance Machine, Legend Suspension, Original Garage Moto, Arlen Ness, S&S, Trask. Bert is not skimping on this at all.
It's like a kid in a candy store, or better yet, right around a Christmas tree. But we're getting ready to wrap it all up and see what the package really looks like. I'm telling you, it's gonna be badass.
Organizing and sorting everything. This is one of those parts in the build process that I always talk about. This is where patience comes in. Organize, painter, powder coater, custom fabrication, make sure everybody's on the same page. We bring it all back together, and that's when the reassembly and the final tuning begins. Like we've been saying, Bert is giving this bike away whenever we're done building it.
It's Bert's Salute to America Foundation.
If you guys want to get in on this giveaway for Bert, check out the link down in the description below on the screen there as well. Yeah, get in on it, because it's going to be crazy when we're done. Dude, thank you as always for the opportunity. We appreciate it. Let's get to work. I usually film a lot of this stuff, but figured, why not?
I mean, it's a crucial part. This is where everything can make or break us, is the organization. The moment you have one piece missing right at the finish line, then we're screwed.
Yeah,
we're
it can
all fumbling the bag everywhere.
It can definitely offset you. So one of the things with building bikes like this is it requires coordinating between creatives. We don't do paint and powder in-house. We've got a huge thing of swatches here. A couple hours later.
I don't know if we're keeping this in the edit or not, but
We are.
okay.
Just
So
show people the actual like amount of work that goes into it.
oh my god. Okay, so Bert wanted the supercharger, which we're all down for, but we also got mid controls. So Unfortunately, the mid controls don't go with the supercharger. So now that means we also have to get floorboards and shifter arm, brake arm, just some other stuff that now like leads us down different paths. So we're like constantly changing.
What happens with that experience that we're getting with doing this means we have experience for the future.
Right. It'll never happen again.
That's right. If you guys are wanting to book service with us, now we know. Blockheadgarage.com. Go fill out the form. It'll put you in touch with Justin James, and we'll get your supercharger installed.
Later.
You actually ride? I just rode from fucking Vegas. You can never say that to me again. Rode across the U.S. So we've got parts back from Powder. We did this awesome wrinkle black finish. I've been interested in getting this wrinkle black finish on some car parts for a little bit because I saw this one car with them, and yeah, it came out just so good. Feels super resilient as well. Nice. Basically everything that's black in that wrinkle, I think there's only 1 or 2 pieces that we couldn't get powder coated black because of clearancing issues, like all those little tiny small crazy things that you have to think of like during these builds. We went ahead and we got the sand flat finish. Came out amazing. So the wheels got done in a 2-tone, so the wrinkle as well as the sand. We've got the pulley here. Check this out. I'm gonna have to send Crucy a picture of these things. We're gonna be taking all of this stuff to a painter, like the stock front fairing, a lot of the other body parts as well, some side covers and whatnot.
Now that we got all the powder and all the parts ready for paint, now it's kind of breaking them off in sections, and I'm gonna take pictures of it for our documentation because we did this for powder too. Now we're giving parts to somebody else. Now we kind of have to essentially hold them accountable too and make sure that we get everything back that we gave them. So now I'm just taking pictures, we'll save it on the computer, and so that way when we get parts back, we're kind of cross-referencing the picture and what we sent out, make sure everything comes back, because it's a thing. Like sometimes they'll forget one piece and then it kind of screws us, and then we'll be like, hey, do you have this piece? And they'll say no. So the pictures is kind of like an insurance, really.
And sometimes we won't get all the parts back, and it's kind of like, some of these are really expensive parts, especially like the stuff that we're having to go through.
Well, all the carbon fiber alone, imagine if they forgot
Exactly.
one carbon fiber piece, we're screwed.
Yeah. Or like the side cover for a supercharger. Such a specialty order.
Right.
So basically having everything itemized on record, like written down, as well as pictures taken of all of it, it can absolutely save your I would say most people probably aren't going to this level of handing a painter or a powder coater over like this many parts, but it's one of those things we pride ourselves on here at Blockhead Garage. Whenever people see the bikes that we put out, that we build in the shop, one of the things I always say is the attention to detail, right?
It's a tedious job, but we have to do it like we've done in the past. These are high caliber builds, so it takes high caliber work, and so we got to do all this.
In the end, it's worth it. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that. I basically have to drive all of these parts. I think round trip, it's like 3.5 hours to the painter that we're using specifically because they do a great job at this. We're basically getting everything ready for them. We'll get it packed up. We'll take you guys along for the ride on that too. All right, guys, we're here at an undisclosed location. You guys will recognize this spot. We've gotten a couple bikes painted, like I was saying, Bombshell Deluxe and Poly Deluxe, her and her husband. And we have dropped off all the parts. So there we go, huge amount. A lot of it is really lightweight because it's carbon fiber. So I'm gonna talk with them about leaving some of that carbon exposed, and we'll go back and forth basically getting the idea down. But stepping in here is always amazing. Poly Deluxe is in a band, I believe, plays the standard bass, but this thing is straight hot rod. Super cool. I had my purple Sucker Punch painted by them, and it's pretty much like the same, super flaky. Since I had to give that bike away, I wanted to do the panhead the same way, and so we did the panhead super flaky purple, but that was painted by Drew. What do you think about this place?
It's really cool.
Think you might get a bike painted here in the future?
Yeah, I was just thinking about my helmet.
Yeah,
I like that skimboard so much.
Well, they do awesome work. Okay, so that's part of that process, and we'll hopefully get some updates.
Eventually.
Oh, here we go. Back at the bird build. Don't know where we left off, but we are back at the point of Chris putting the crank into the motor.
Once we get that done, we're gonna put this guy back in here, and then we're going to start the assembly of the supercharger. Dark Horse, trued and welded, lightened, 4 5/8 stroke flywheel, CP Gorilla rods.
Like we said, it's been a while because we were waiting for paint, and now we're back at Reassembly. Maybe...
For you guys, this is an episode, but for us, it's like, what, 8 months?
It was a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Might as well do the paint.
Yeah, it's just, hey, you guys follow me, come here. That's the scariest part, going to pick up finished paint and putting it like in the truck, making sure it doesn't rub or bounce against anything. So, side covers, bam. Basically designed all of this shit. So we got the stencil style fonts. M8 Abrams is what we're calling the bike. Doing it for Bert's Salute to America. So that's the whole reason for the build. Designed this little rocking horse with like lighting bolts, because this bike gonna be high horsepower. As you can see them over there working on the supercharger. We got the Chibin fiber, you know, just race stripe style through it. Yeah, very lightweight, crazy nice carbon. And then the bottom bag, also carbon fiber. On the side of this one, on the side of the other one as well, we got a 276 is our address for the shop, so we wanted it to obviously have some significance. And then MMXVI is Roman numerals for 2016. It's whenever we started, whenever Blockhead Moto started. 10525, that is the address for Bert's Barracuda, which takes us into the tank. We've got the Barracuda on the side. Whenever this is all on the bike, the front fairing will kind of scoop right here, so you'll kind of really only see the actual Barracuda coming out of it. I went ahead and I ordered these tech spec tank grippers, which I've had these on sport bikes and they're amazing. So since we did the relief cuts on the tank, we'll basically throw that here. We're going to cut it out to size and adhere those. They've got like an adhesive on the back. We've got the dash. Here we have the front fender. I designed this, and yeah, we added it on the front, which is also carbon fiber. Paint matched, outer fairing. So outer fairing, we got Barracuda on one side, and then on the other side we've got Black Widow. Now what's crazy about this, not carbon fiber, but it looks carbon fiber. Now that is not a wrap, I'm sure many of you guys expect. That's actually paint. So Bombshell Deluxe, Poly Deluxe did an incredible job on making it look like carbon fiber to carry that theme throughout the bike. Rear fender, also carbon fiber. That's like just crazy that you can pick up a rear fender like that. So yeah, lots of that carbon exposed. And then on the back, we got Blockhead Garage and Bert's Salute to America. A couple other little trim pieces here, the inner little cubby covers, lower fairing, stuff like that. Yeah, as always, quality stuff from the Deluxes. Really appreciate them working with us.
What is up, Block Fam? Well, I'm gonna do a somewhat of an update. It went to paint and it disappeared. It went to fab, it disappeared. It went to powder and disappeared. And everybody had time, and then boom, I have very little time to put it together. I was able to get it in a position to run. But running on a table is cool, but we wanted to ride, go down the road, get some road miles out there in the world, and then go into that room. As you guys know, most every piece and part was powder coated or painted or taken off. So obviously this is a lot of moving parts that got disassembled. As a matter of fact, for those of you that don't know what a supercharger looks like, here's just some of the pulleys and systems that we replaced from aluminum pulleys to steel. So if you can imagine belts whirring and spinning. Intercooler, guys, there's no liquid in this. Inlet tube, blow off valve, supercharger itself, belt driven off the crank. So there's a belt and a pulley here. There's another belt back here. As you can see, this one, that's spinning the actual supercharger, which throws the air through here. Whenever the system overpressurizes, if it needs to, that'll pop off. Hence the psh noise that everybody loves. Intercooler in through the throttle body, and then psh into the heads. Now, hence, here's one problem. This little nipple here should have an airline on it, and it's gonna route around, and it's going to go to a spigot that's supposed to be there. For those of you that aren't sure what a spigot is, it's this, or something like that. As you can see, there's no spigot there. It was never drilled. With that being missing, I have nowhere to go with that line currently, so I'm going to have to drill a hole in here. And just so you guys know why that is not there, this 135 here was not designed for use in California, and that is designed for California use. In all other states, it comes with the rubber nipple over it like that. So I gotta fix that. All right, that was one problem. Problem number two, look, Justin's in my way. There's problem number two, right here. Problem number two. Oh, this is our muffler. You notice where this is at in relation to where that one's at. So this currently is truly one off. Cut all that off, and then I welded it here, and I made ourselves a new bracket that's shorter. That is now fixed and relocated. That took a little bit of time to decipher on the fly. So this was all made, guys. LS Fab does not supply you with anything to rigid mount this. So we made some real brackets. I had to make these fit, so we got these in. I fabbed up these little, I mean, it's just flat strap, but once that was done, everything's tight. In their video, it didn't really address the air scoop that is here. Cut the one side out and then fit the whole thing inside of the air scoop. I left the air scoop mounted, drilled into the back side of the fairing, ran the hoses down and in. We had to go in here. If you see these legs, yeah, they look silly right now. Don't worry, guys, they'll be cleaned up and look beautiful before it's all said and done, but it doesn't quite fit. It wants to rub, so that had to be modified. When I went to put the wheel on with the wheel speed sensor and the spacer, it wouldn't fit because that hub was machined wrong. The depth is wrong. Immediately reached out to Ryan, Cruzy Originals, by the way, go check him out. So I reached out to him to say, hey, did you guys happen to make this for a non-ABS bike? Because the inner spacing was off. Basically, I needed the inner bearing to move over maybe 1/8 of an inch, give or take, to set the wheel center, and we couldn't get there. The hub wasn't deep enough. So lo and behold, his machinist was there, Jay. Thank you to Jay, hooking it up super fast. Not only did he get me the hub, he also got it powdered. As you notice, this is the one we had originally powdered. I got him the powder number. He got his powder guy to do it. They did it as quickly as possible, and they shot it out to us overnight. So thank you to them for jumping through hoops. Unfortunately, I hit another roadblock. You know, it's gonna put up its fight, and it's gonna make me struggle, and no worries. Yeah, this thing's gonna be an animal. So I'm pretty excited for this. That's kind of an update. I'm working, but I needed to take a few minutes out to tell you what's up. Justin is taking his lunch hour. It looks like he's almost done. This man is moving with efficiency. You succeeded. Good job. Now I'm gonna back it up. So I'm gonna keep going forward, but then pull out. Yep, you can, all the inappropriate comments that y'all wanna put at the bottom, feel free. Because yes, I did continue forward, but still pulled out. I haven't cleaned it off just yet, but you can see all the debris is to the external. Nothing went inside. Went up to Ace and just bought one that I can thread in here. Said I had to cut the little shoulders off. I told you I was gonna have to cut the little bit of aluminum that was standing up. So now we're flat all the way around, so that when I thread the new barb in, we can actually seal and have a flat sealing surface. We're gonna use this barb fitting. We're gonna achieve the exact same thing. We just over-engineered it, and I basically had to do that.
Husband and wife from Boston came to meet you, and they're in the front. If you would like to take a break and come meet them.
Hey. What up?
How are you?
We're middle of filming, so you guys are in an episode now. Say hello.
Hello.
Good to meet you, John.
Hi, Juanita. How are you?
Great to meet you guys. Little quick meet and greet. Cool.
Bye, visitors.
Thanks for scooping a hat. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it runs. We're gonna break it in. I'm gonna put it on the road first. We're gonna get some miles out there, and then we're gonna go in there and rip it up.
Many months later.
Anticipation's been killing my ass, man. I'm just letting you know. And I gotta tell you, I'm excited. I'm way excited.
I'm excited for you to see this thing in its final. I know it's taken us a while, and I just got back from riding it. I don't think we've done something of this, caliber. I think the last thing that you guys saw was us kind of talking about the concept of it and going to drive tanks. That was the last time you guys were here, right?
Right. That point in time is still a dream, you know?
Yeah, we've been incredibly meticulous about this thing, and I appreciate your patience. I know it's taken a while. I'm really stoked to see your reaction on it. All right, so tie this thing up, blindfold yourself, and then we're going to take you out to the bike. All right, shake my hand. There we go.
That's how we're doing it, huh, Bert?
I guess.
All right. Keep here.
There we Take the blindfold off.
Holy sh! Are you kidding me? Look at this thing. Holy smokes.
Named it the M8 Abrams.
I love it, man. This reminds me of the tank we rode.
Yeah, that was our goal, to get that, like, the flavor of it.
But the color, everything has changed on this thing. I mean, everything.
Paint to wheels to brakes, you know, like I said, transmission, engine, sent the tank off. We got a custom cut. We got tank grippers so that, you know, you can actually hold on to it, because this bike will definitely throw you off. With better suspension, we got our Blockhead 2-to-1 exhaust on it. We got a different swing arm, bags.
I don't think I've seen anything like it.
I would hope not.
It's one of one.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
You should see it from this side, because in my opinion, this is usually the more boring side of the bike, but this is now the more appealing side.
Holy
Don't mind my
smokes.
handwritten.
That's a supercharger.
That's exactly what that is.
So everything's got a purpose and a meaning.
Everything has, yeah.
That's what you call personalized touch right there. Somebody's going to get a one-of-a-kind machine out there. It's going to be like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
I would hope not. Yeah, I would hope not. Oh, I won't say it's hard, but it's a challenge to incorporate tank with working, usable motorcycle. Yeah,
Right.
This tank's bulky and it's heavy and it's more of a crawler, and this is more of a speedster.
A rocket.
But at the same time, that supercharger will push you through the wall if you really want to go.
Yeah,
You know what
it
I
will.
mean? So like a tank, it'll do that too, I guess.
From the very beginning, it's about veterans. It's about military, if you remember. Okay? We want to impact somebody's life out there that is in dire need. That's why we're raffling this off. And all the proceeds are going to end up going to somebody out there, because we want to make an impact on their life. Okay? And it's going to be a first responder, military, veteran, somebody. And hopefully, the people that are watching today would buy a raffle for this and participate, because that's what it's for. Ultimately, that's what it's for. But today, it's about the bike. Man,
It is.
the bike is just unfreaking believable. I don't think there's anything that's not touched or customized or personalized on this bike everywhere you look. And it definitely has that feel of it can handle something that nothing else can handle. That's what I see. So let's talk about the tune and the motor and all. I know we didn't go full out bore on this thing because we wanted to.
Yeah, we held back a little bit because, I mean, as is, it's a weapon, and we don't know who's getting it.
Right.
Say we left the belt on it, push drive. We still want it to be user friendly.
Yeah.
It has cruise control. It can cruise through a school zone at 25 miles an hour. It's got to be able to live on both sides. There is way more potential here, 100%, but we can't build that and give that away. So again, it was just marrying the best of both worlds.
I couldn't imagine somebody wanting more than this. I mean, we can make it more than this.
Absolutely.
But there's a certain point at which, and I know people are going to hate me saying this, but it's not usable.
Right.
It's so much power. You just have to be so careful with it, because there's no electronic assistance. There's no electronic nannies that are holding your hand. They're like, oh, hey, the front wheel's coming up. I'm going to slow your back wheel down. So it's like, nope, if you want to do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
They'll get away from it quick.
Here's a feature. I'll tell you to watch your eyes. These are considered you lights. So if someone's too close to you,
You just zap them.
yeah, and it's aggressively bright.
If people get too damn close to you, you need to tell them to back off somehow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's usually what the problem is.
Yeah.
I keep coming back to you, when we got together from the very beginning, a customer of yours comes to you and says, okay, here, I want you to build the craziest machine ever. And you kind of go like, okay, well, what color you want? You want this, you want that? I didn't give you none of that stuff. Okay, I wanted it to come from your heart.
Yeah.
Okay, because I knew if I let you guys do that, it would be something really special. Okay, and to me, that's what it's about. And you guys produced it. You guys flat out kicked on this thing, and that's what it was about. And to come up with something like this, that every single nick and corner and cranny, I mean, that thing's beautiful, man. Everywhere you look, it's a personal touch, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I really do. You did well. real well. Okay, couldn't be prouder.
You gotta start it. You gotta hear it.
Come on. There's nothing like the feel of that. I love the bar setup too, man. That's impressive. I love it, man.
Details of the M8 Abrams that we have built for Bert, going over the style of it. So as you guys know, as per previous videos, or if you don't, we decided to theme this after an M1 Abrams tank. It ties in obviously with the whole Salute to America, you know, Bert's charity. We wanted to lighten it up, but like while visually giving it like a nice weight to it. So that's why we've decided to go with a lot of the parts that we have. We were talking about doing it more of like a roughed up kind of patina, directional patina. One of the issues that we came across in that is that there were so many parts that we didn't get that directional patina quite right. It would look a little off, so we decided to make it super clean, and we decided to go more race bike vibes. So think of like King of the Baggers, performance bagger race bike mixed with M1 Abrams. And then obviously it's a Milwaukee 8, so we named it the M8 Abrams. I think that was actually recommended in the comment section, so whoever commented that, thank you. That's awesome for the idea, really appreciate it. In the very front, I actually came up with this new design for this piston. I want to start using it across bikes that we build that are a bit more premium. Moving back on the fairing, you do have the Barracuda in stencil font on one side with kind of racing stripes going up. I wanted to go more of a sharp style on these, you know, kind of get that like motion while standing still. On the other side, it has Black Widow because Bert owns Bert's Barracuda, Harley-Davidson dealership, and Bert's Black Widow, obviously Harley-Davidson dealership as well. The painter that we worked with, Bombshell Deluxe, while we had carbon on so much of the rest of it, they were able to kind of integrate a carbon pattern on the front. So the front fairing we were not able to get in carbon, unfortunately. It was not available in the timeline that we were working with, so they were luckily able to kind of emulate that for us, which at first glance you don't even know. It does have like a rivet style kind of to it on those panels. They're supposed to look like panels that are kind of clamped on. We did decide to do all of the inner fairing, obviously color matching. We've got those same accents throughout the bike in the gauge mounts and levers and the perches and stuff like that. We also decided to do some tank reliefs, so relief cuts on the tank. We filled those with some tech spec grippers so that whenever you are utilizing that supercharger, you can squeeze your legs and hold on to the bike. Moving back to the side covers, we've got Blockhead M8 Abrams Operation Bert's Salute to America. Designed all this with a little danger. The high horsepower was kind of a rocking horse, so the rest of the bike being so serious, I wanted to add like kind of a little bit of playfulness in there as well. So we got the little rocking horse with the lightning bolt, integrated some meaning into the numbering. So 276 is the address here at our shop, and then MMXVI is the year that Blockhead Moto was started, so that's 2016. And then 10525 is the address for Bert's dealership over in Clearwater. That's where Bert and I met, came up with a concept for this bike. And then on the rear fender, we've got the Blockhead Garage times Bert's Salute to America as well, keeping with that theme on the front fairing of the race stripes. Originally we went with a super grippy Saddleman. Unfortunately, this is not something that I told Bert, but they'll see it. We ended up destroying that seat. We'll have a future video on what we did. I accidentally ruined that seat. Apologies to Saddleman. Aesthetically, I think that's kind of wraps it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it over to Chris.
We got Avon Cobra Chromes that we mounted to Cruzy Skynet wheels, some Arlen-S big brake rotors. We also have Arlen-S 6-piston calipers, alloy art lower legs. We have a Carbon Visionary front fender, also a Carbon Visionary rear fender with a Carbon Visionary license plate bracket that I think is pretty cool and integrated. We got Legends Axio, cartridge front, Legend suspension in the rear. In the front, we also have LS Fabworks intercooler. So we have Moto 10.5-inch risers. Their whole top tree setup, basically. Also some custom powder coated Elite Moto easy pull clutch lever and brake lever. ODI handlebars, some Arlen-S mirrors, and some Arlen-S grips. Dakota digital gauges, a carbon fiber dash. We have a ProCharger supercharger that is mounted to a Screaming Eagle 135. In that 135, we have a CR512 Baker DD7 transmission. We did leave a belt drive. We left cush drive in the rear. Again, that was user-friendly. Our Blockhead 2-in-1 touring exhaust. Got Ocoee Moto footboards and brake pedal as well as shift pedal. We have a Brox West Coast swing arm. Paired next to the rear fender, we have LS Fabworks RTL taillights. I think that pretty much covers it.
All right, guys, so that concludes the M8 Abrams 2023 Harley-Davidson Road Glide 135 cubic inch stage 4 supercharged with a Pro Charger. 4 Burt's Barracuda. Salute to America. Link in description below. If you guys have any questions on it, please do us a favor. Post down in the comments. Go check out that link if you guys want to win this thing. Get entered. Big thanks once again to Bert for the opportunity. We really appreciate it. I know it's been a long road. Appreciate the patience. Hope you're stoked with it though.
I'm so stoked. I wouldn't have changed the thing. Yeah. That's the best part. You know, it's the right one. A tank-themed bike is only for the purpose of the charity.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the purpose of saving somebody's life, because those tanks out there have saved ours.
That's true. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe. Yep. Hit the bell icon. Hit the like.
Salute to America right there.
Salute to
You
America.
bet, baby.
Ride safe, stay vigilant. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.